In today's video, we begin our landscape photography road trip in Utah. And for the very first time ever, we've decided to rent a motorhome instead of using our own camper. And Thomas Heaton has a lot to say about his campervan rental.
There's an awning on. You're not allowed to use it because they don't trust you.
And he doesn't seem very keen when I offer to give him a free tour of our rig.
What's that smell?
Why soap on a rope?
Don't worry about it, just use it.
We'll show you some spectacular scenery, and we even do some tree photography in the desert. But before we get into it, I've had a cancellation on my Isle of Skye photography workshop that I'm doing with Blake, and there's still a few spots on our Glencoe workshop. So if you're interested in joining us in Scotland, there's some links in the description below. All right, let's dive into this RV adventure in the US of A. This journey begins on a jet from Halifax, Nova Scotia, which then touches down in Newark Airport, where you cannot order a meal unless you engage in annoying QR code stupidity. We then had a few hours to kill before our next flight to beautiful Salt Lake City, where we picked up our road boat for the next 2 weeks. You'll be seeing lots from the inside, perhaps more than you'd like.
Right, so we've picked up the Hardcastle Hilton, courtesy of Road Surfer. Not sponsored, no freebie, full price paid. But if you're watching this, Road Surfer, you know, get in touch. But yeah, so this is 24 foot, so it's a bit more luxurious than the one we've got at home. Certainly smells a lot better, doesn't it, love?
Yeah, I think we're going to drive this one home with us.
Well, I'm sure a little bit of boot stench will fix that. So we've got our stuff thrown in. We haven't unpacked properly yet because we're going to try and make it for a sunset, although I don't know if there's much chance. But before we go anywhere, let's go to Whole Foods and pay a kidney for some healthy fodder.
But it turned out that the one in Provo did not exist. So instead we went to a rancho market, which had some very interesting stuff.
Do you know where I'm just looking for a naan bread.
Naan bread, oh yeah.
What, seen anything?
Also works as a blanket.
I was just going to say, that's a duvet.
After hours of faffing about, enjoying the delights of Mexican food, we missed the sunset, but we did manage to arrive on location for sunrise, where we parked our little camper convoy and then excitedly staggered around under the moonlight.
So I'm just a couple of hours outside of Moab in Utah, and I've wanted to come to this spot for years, and I really have no idea where I'm supposed to be or where I'm going. In fact, I apologise to all of the other RV campers last night because I just parked in the middle of the road because I couldn't tell the difference between road and just hills. So sorry about that. But anyway, I've driven a bit further up the road and now it's time to investigate because the sun is probably about 25 minutes from rising. You can see over there. And when it pops up, I'll get some nice light on all of these weird pinnacles here. So I'm going to try and get the drone out and get ready for that. And then also set myself up with the camera to try and capture something that's going to get that lovely hot glow. There's no clouds in the north. Well, a few wispies over there. I may get something, I may not, but I'm quite excited.
About strangely shaped piles of rocks and dirt that stirs the imagination so much we're willing to travel for thousands of miles for the privilege of taking a picture. We must be crazy. I was so mesmerized while I was shooting this drone footage that I almost didn't take this shot. morning recce mission goes, I think that went quite well.
Right, so I didn't take a single picture there with my camera, but the drone might have got some nice stuff. That was pretty spectacular. But you got your tripod out, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I couldn't resist.
Did you get a good shot?
I got a standard shot, the shot you would expect. Nothing fancy, just blowing off the cobwebs, you know.
So I think what we'll probably have to do is, because we arrived last night in the dark and didn't know where anything was, so this is our first glimpses. So I think what we'll do today is just do a recce, just wander around, see what we can find. Now, I did actually get some quite epic drone footage of you in front of the butte, so...
Yes. Can I have that? Is that okay?
That'll be $20, please. Oh, you've actually got it. A US as well. I could buy a house with that in Canada.
Now, I'll be doing lots of whinging about our camper, but I was curious about Tom's.
What you got cooking?
Porridge, but I bought the wrong porridge. I thought I was just buying standard oatmeal, as they call it in America, but I bought something else. Steel cut oats.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be healthier.
Yeah, it's like gravel, but it takes 30 minutes to make. I was cold last night.
Yeah.
I got my extra blanket out.
And that cost what, $2?
$2.
Can I come in?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess because it's so small. Yeah. Had a bit of a disaster. My washing up liquid exploded in the cupboard, so it washing up liquid everywhere.
It was at this point that I knew full well Tom was lying about the stains on his sheets, but like a professional, I just played along.
So when we were in Walmart yesterday, Tom got super excited about this.
$29? The cheapest thing ever.
So you got a headlamp, an axe, a knife and a saw.
Oh yeah.
What are you most excited about?
The saw. Yeah.
For what?
Just having. No, because I don't even cut wood. Can't have fires in the UK.
Can't you?
Not really, no. I mean, some places allow it and you can have one off the ground, but generally, culturally speaking, people don't like it.
Can you have beach fires?
No, I had fires. I kayaked across Scotland, right? So I'm on a Scottish loch, middle of nowhere, gravel beaches and driftwood, and a little fire to keep me warm. Oh, a guy made a video about it.
Really?
Yeah.
You got trolled?
Yeah. Like, honestly, people hate it. But no, the axe is handy as well. Little thing for making kindling. Head torch, rubbish, that can go. But these three.
Well, I mean, I want to throw that. I want to do some axe throwing.
We could organise that, yeah.
Yeah, because that's big in Canada. I don't
You got insurance on your van?
Throw it out the van. Well, how does this compare to your own rig that you've just made?
It doesn't.
Not even remotely?
Not even remotely. I'd say, actually, the propane heater is quite nice. Yeah, it's very quiet. But other than that, it's not a patch.
No, well, it wouldn't be because you've made it to your specs, right? So it never is. But it looks like your driving experience is going to be a little bit more comfortable than ours. This is a Dodge Ram van. Ours is an old Ford E350, which is basically what we are driving is a moving van. It's a moving truck. I'm spoiled though because we have our own rig, as you've seen many times, and it's exactly the way we want it.
Yeah.
And I have to say, this is the first time we've done the whole motorhome van thing. I can't stand driving, listening to all that shit rattling.
Oh, you know, you've got the strategic things you can do to stop that, none of which are installed in these vans.
No slip mats, anti-slip mats.
No kettle. They've closed off the awning, so you're not allowed to use the awning.
really?
There's an awning on. You're not allowed to use it because they don't trust you.
Well, to be fair, a lot goes wrong with those. People are so dense, they could just set off with the awning still out.
Yeah, but you should just sign away, Van. I want an awning. We're in the desert.
This is the US of A.
Yeah.
Liability is a concern.
There was no washing up liquid, no sponges, no kitchen roll, no towels. I almost didn't get bedding. I had to ask for that.
How's your mattress?
It's firm. You know, if you've got a bad back, it's pretty good.
I've slept on rocks on mountainsides that are more comfortable than the mattress in that. And I was born in the 1970s, so I remember cheap cardboard mattresses that realigned your spine on a daily basis. This is making me feel quite nostalgic.
And just to be polite, I invited Tom into our camper.
Do you want to come and see ours, Tom?
Yeah, it looks so nice. It looks really lovely. It's
quite nice.
Yeah. What's that smell?
That, Tom, is me boots.
Alright, mate. I've got to.
Where are you going?
The things.
We're going to give you the full tour.
The propane. I've left the gas on.
No.
See you later.
Well, he's obviously a bit jealous because ours is better. Oh, he must have had a dodgy breakfast or something. Yeah. You got to cook your meat properly, Tom. Right, Tom. So you're going to go and investigate Le Pinnacle.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to maybe go over this direction and see what I can see.
Right then, I'll catch up with you.
Let me guess. Black and white, handheld.
Oh yeah.
But Amanda was strangely drawn to the giant phallus-like object. I don't know why.
Well, it's obviously a really popular spot for dirt bikers, judging from the marks in the dirt. I don't think this is all just from foot traffic. And I don't blame them. What a place to actually come and razz around on a bike. I'd be tempted myself if I had a bike and if I was any good with a bike, which I'm not.
The trails seemed endless, and there was no shortage of potential compositions.
Now, I don't know if this camera will pick it up, but just way over there on the top of the earth is this sort of yellowy glow. Maybe that's that bentonite stuff. Post a comment and let me know if you're a geologist and you know what that yellow coating might be. It's really quite colourful and it was catching the light beautifully this morning. All right, so we've walked, I don't know, 15 minutes, really not far at all from that pinnacle there. And I think this might be, maybe, my sunrise composition. From this angle, I love the shape of the butte there, but I also love these foothills. So there's so much going on in this sort of middle ground. But then here, in the immediate foreground, which is purely in shade right now, there's so many of these lovely leading lines that are basically just grooves carved out by the water when they get rain. It just sucks your eye straight into the middle of the frame. And I think that's probably going to work no matter what the light. So there's a lot of options. The more I see, the more excited I am. What about you, love?
And like every toddler, no matter where we go, she always finds something weird.
Now on this show, I like to give you top professional landscape photography tips. And so whenever you're out doing a recce mission like this, and you're trying to find compositions that you know you're going to come back to later, you're going to have to leave a marker so that you don't miss it. And because it's this time of year, the best marker you could possibly use...
A pumpkin, a rotting pumpkin.
The fragrance is delightful.
Looks like someone was shooting at it with a gun.
Yeah, target practice, I think. Would you do the honours, love, and just place it in the spot? Now, I would like to say that was my idea, but I'd be lying.
It was mine.
Of course it was. They know. I think I've seen enough. I've mentally bagged several killer compositions that I know are going to work brilliantly if we get good light. So we've just got an entire day to kill. So maybe we should go and try and find the missing members of our gang.
Yeah, maybe we could go get a quickie in or something. We got all day.
A quickie?
Yeah, like a quick bite to eat.
Oh.
What are you thinking about?
But as we were driving down the road, Amanda spotted some lovely trees and wondered if I'd like to stop. Well, yes, I don't mind if I do.
So we're going to just pack up and walk down the highway and do some lazy roadside shooting. So I'm going to need the bazooka, the 400 to 800, which I'll put on the Sony A1. And with that, I should be able to get some far distant compositions that hopefully Heaton won't be able to reach. I'm not being bitter though, or anything like that.
Are you gonna just carry it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a heavy system.
Right, I'm going to get out there. I'll see you in a bit, love. What are you going to do? Are you all cozy, love?
Well, you know, if you've never been in a bed before, this would feel pretty good right now.
That bad, eh?
Sleeping on a rock beach would feel better than this. Oh, so cozy. Shut the blind, would ya? Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So like a couple of knobs, Tom and I went hunting for trees in the desert.
So this is what we're after. Look at these beautiful trees just on the other side of the road here. So it's the age-old struggle of, you know, finding that composition, that needle in a haystack. But I think with the way that everything's backlit, it should just pop out, you know, if the leaves are just glowing. So I'm looking for a nice splash of colour, but also a nice tree form, ideally with a nice, interesting mountain shape behind it.
I was wondering if I'd made a heinous mistake with my choice of lens.
I'm thinking that the 400 to 800 might be a bit much, might be a bit long, because they're not as far away as I thought they were when I was driving by, but I've got the 35 to 100, so I could use that instead.
But then I found something that might just work.
All right, so I've framed up a composition that I really like, and this is the joy of having a telephoto, is you can just pick something that's so obscure. Like, if you were driving past this, you would never see this, but with the telephoto, it really brings it out. Well, I can't show you the back of the camera, but what I'll do is I'll record some video and I'll make some minor adjustments with this new geared head, and you'll see what I'm trying to achieve here. All right, so I'm zoomed all the way into 450, and I'll just turn this gear and you can see, whoop, the wrong way, you'll see what I'm trying to do here. Look at that wobble that you see. But I'm just trying to push it down enough so that you don't see in the top of the frame the line of that mountain. So I want to get it just so that that's out of frame, and now look at all that gorgeous colour in the foreground and these beautiful tree forms. Now what you're seeing is a 16:9, so I'm actually composing a 3:2, which gives you a little bit more on the top and the bottom, gives you an extra little bit of colour in the bottom of the frame there. And that is it, as simple as that. Just so much colour, and with the backlit leaves, it's really starting to pop. So I'm going to use a 10-second timer, so I don't want any vibration. But if this shot turns out to be any good, here's a shot. This is an interesting little piece of real estate just over here. Kind of like this. What a cute little shack, eh? Wonder what stories this place has got to tell. And I wonder what's living in the basement currently. Some big holes there. That'd be nice if you were a bobcat, wouldn't it? I wonder if it was somebody's house, or if it was an old bar or something, or what. I love stuff like this. Anyway, I'm sure that this is rattlesnake country, and I'm obviously wearing my appropriate footwear, so I should probably head back to the tarmac. It's probably not safe. Oh yeah, there's definitely some creature living in here. So now I've put the 35 to 100 on the Hasselblad. I'm using a 65 to 24, the X-Pan ratio, and even that's way too big. I need to get in much tighter than that, but I think from this I can probably crop out a 4:2, and that's probably going to be the ideal shot, because this just looks so contrasty and colourful. Anyway, the one thing that might ruin my shot is there's a wild Thomas Heaton in the background. So we'll see if this one turns out. If this does turn out, here's a shot.
Now, if I could get another $20 off of Tom for that picture, this could be quite a lucrative landscape photography road trip.
All right, you know me, I hate shooting in this harsh, brutally harsh kind of light, but look at what it's doing to these beautiful trees, these cottonwoods. It's just backlighting that canopy, and they are on fire. They're just glowing hot yellow, absolutely tremendous. And so I'm just trying to find somewhere in this valley to place myself where I can pick either a single tree or a group of trees that's really getting that backlit treatment, and also hopefully some interesting shapes. The other thing that I really love about what the sun is doing is it's not just the actual trees, it's the bushes as well, the way that it's just hitting those from behind. That came out wrong. What I mean is it's just a majestic demonstration of absolutely beautiful light, not just on the trees but on the bush as
time to leave the backlit trees for now and then get ready for sunset.
Right, it's about an hour before sunset, maybe half an hour before sunset. And we've come back to the same area that we shot this morning, but all of those compositions that we worked so hard on this morning are not necessarily going to work with the light we've got right now. So we've had to kind of like at the last minute scramble to find a different way to attack this. And I'm hoping that this is going to work because the light on the butte looks absolutely fantastic, but I don't have a clue where my foreground's going to be. So we've got this typical mad dash, the foreground as the sun is setting and the light is fading, but you know me, I'll pull it out of the bag, surely.
But as we got closer to the butte, the clouds were rapidly moving in the opposite direction, and I was beginning to think I'd made a very stupid mistake.
We're just getting a little bit higher up this hill. There's already a photographer here. God, thought I'd have the whole place to myself, but no. In the middle of nowhere, there's a random photographer. Let's see who it is. Excuse me, you're in my shot. It's Greg Benz. Who would have thought that I could just stumble upon you in the middle of absolutely nowhere in Utah? It's quite the coincidence, isn't it?
Had to hunt you down.
Look at this business over here. Are you getting some good shots, Greg?
Yeah, getting this, check out the color up there. It's amazing.
With the drone?
Yeah.
How far can your drone go?
Too far.
Mine doesn't go very far now. Used to. Then it went for a bath.
Just a little dot. Oh, it took a swim?
Yeah, it took a swim in the Atlantic.
Oof.
It's still there.
It was at this point that Greg was hoping that I would just shut the up so that he could concentrate on getting epic shots and not crashing his expensive drone.
Right, I'm going to try and get a shot because that light is just fantastic. Well, look at that business.
So I set up the Hasselblad for a somewhat rushed composition. Now you might be wondering, Gavin, why did you abandon all of those compositions that you worked so hard to find early in the morning? Well, as we were driving back to the butte, the clouds were all on the opposite side, and that's what I wanted in my shot. But by the time we got there, as always, they'd vanished. So I vowed to myself not to make that same mistake again.
That was a pretty enjoyable sunset, so we're going to head back in that direction to where we spent the night last night and see what Tomsky's up to, and then I'm going to wait for moonrise and see if I can get one last shot out of today. Right, so that was a pretty successful shoot, wasn't it?
That's great.
And we're going to celebrate with a cheers from a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, courtesy of Greg. Thank you very much.
Greg. Here's to a great
Cheers.
trip, everybody.
Cheers.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, how exciting, eh?
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming out.
Really nice to see you both. It really is.
It's been a while, Tom.
Yeah.
But I did get you a gift.
Oh, you got me a gift?
Yeah, it's soap.
What?
Soap on a rope.
Why soap on a rope?
Don't worry about it. Just use it. Just use it. Just enjoy it, Tom.
Yeah.
We'll all enjoy it.
Thanks, Amanda.
I know I just met you, but I also got you one, too.
Oh, you really shouldn't have. I've always wanted to have cleaning supplies with a leash. So thank you.
Yeah, it's for you to enjoy when you're having a shower. You can have one now if you want. I've got a shower in there.
We even have an outside shower.
Yeah.
Did you disable the heater in my camper?
Oh, is it not working?
Well, it's cold this morning.
Yeah.
So,
So I've got an idea for this moonrise shoot. I just need a model. Just need one of you to stand very close to a steep cliff edge for this shot.
I mean, I've got my inappropriate footwear on.
And are you gonna wear that for the shoot, or are you gonna change into something
Oh, this
safer?
is me.
I have to say that is bloody impressive. And appropriate. Alright, so it's just gone 8 and the moon has risen to quite a nice point, not too high, not too low, maybe high enough for me to place it
somewhere amidst this spire and this landscape just over there. So I don't know how much of this I can actually show you for this part of the video, but I will try anyway. So I'm just going to put my boots on, because appropriate footwear is not appropriate for this. And then hike, you won't be able to see it, but I'll point to it anyway. Hike up there to the butte and hopefully see if I can get this shot. But me and Greg's going to go. Maybe I can talk Greg into being my model. All right, so Greg and I have climbed up to this pinnacle. I don't even know what would you call this, Greg?
Short dong silver?
Short dong silver, because there's a long dong silver, which we're gonna, well, you've already shot that this morning.
Yeah, it's epic.
I'm trying to go there tomorrow, maybe. So we've come up to this pinnacle. Let me just point this. I don't know if this is going to even light this up. Let me just. So this is the pinnacle that I'm trying to put off to one side of my composition, and then there's another sketchy cliff there that Greg has been very brave and stood there to be my model. And I think this shot turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think. Here's the shot.
Well, it turned out all right, but I'll confess something to you right now. There was a hair on my sensor, and if you could see it in this image, post a comment and let me know. And that hair, which I think was an eyelash, would come back to haunt me during a moment of spectacular light, which, if you want to see, you'll have to tune in to next week's video. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. You really help to keep this channel going. And if you're interested in becoming a patron and joining my monthly critique sessions, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.